Friends, this is Bhupati Raj, Mantra IAS Academy, Hyderabad. And especially now you know this event, CLAT Mantra, the wing of Mantra IAS Academy, strictly for CLAT entrance examination. That's we have taken that CLAT Mantra. Friends, now onwards we are going to have the GK series specifically for this CLAT. At the same time, next in this particular channel, GK, mathematics, current affairs, legal subject, everything will upload. The style same, you just observe the question paper like this, my youngsters. Right. So GK plays a key role in our examination, my friends. CLAT, SLAT, AILET, Maharashtra set, state law entrance exams, everything. For every entrance examination, of course, in the point of law, GK plays a key role. That should be with constitutional applications. Right, please remember, and even in this paper also I've included many number of questions from constitutional law. Right, the first question, if you just see, I'll start with the second bit here. Who was the first woman Chief Justice of a High Court in India? Option A, Leela Seth. B, Indira Jaising. C, Fatima Bevi. D, Sujata Manohar. But the answer I think for this one, she was the Chief Justice of High Court in particularly Himachal Pradesh, the first time. Wonderful judge. That's Leela Seth. Option A, my youngsters. Then now come to the point of question number 3. Which article abolishes untouchability? Yes, it comes under article, this is what you call, please, equality. Right to equality comes under 14 to 18. So this is what you call article 14 to 18 comes under right to equality. In this case, 17 is a crucial one. That is specifically for untouchability. So option is 17. This type of questions we'll expect in the examination. Go to question number 4. Which country hosted COP28? That's UN Climate Conference. Option A, UK, B, UAE, C, Egypt, and D, France. No doubt, but COP29 and 30 also, please, you have to remember that will come in our next papers. Daily, I'll upload minimum 20 questions or 30, 40, even 2 videos like that. I'll do that. Just don't worry, observe my videos and share it to your friends. Those are preparing for CLAT or any entrance examination. Yes, now come to the point for this is COP28 was held in Dubai. That is called as UAE. Next question, question number 5. Which schedule of the Constitution deals with anti-defection law? Yes, it's a very serious concern actually in the point of defection. Example, Mr. Ajay, elected from some constituency he belongs to some X party. And if he, after becoming an MLA or MP, if he joins other party, then that comes at the defection. So it's purely unethical, right? I'm not going deep into the point at first. What is the point I'm telling you that? And example, this Ajay belongs to this party, X party. X party issued a whip. Then Ajay has to follow the whip of X party. But he supported the opposition party. Example, this X party decided not to support the bill. But Ajay supported the bill. Then it comes under what? Defection. So this type of things called as what? Defection, and it is nothing but what? The law is anti-defection law, beta. It's through 52nd amendment that's in 10th schedule. We'll discuss, of course, in our classroom. Of course, the very wonderful thing is that for our CLAT program, you have online beta. Of course, we have offline program also there. Most welcome to this, and our fees is very less. Very less fee also there with all material and all the things are very common. Then come to the point of question number 6. Which of the following is not a feature of federal system? But all of the federal systems in that, only one is not that. That's where to find out. Option A, division of powers. Yes. State enjoys its own power. Called as what we have listed specifically there. And the written constitution, of course, we have. And independent judiciary and single citizenship. But in this case, what you can say? Question number 6 is single citizenship is not a feature of federal system. Reason behind this is, because single citizenship, Indian citizenship is single. You belong to any state. You belong to any area, but you are an Indian. That's it. Example, Andhra Pradesh you take, Madhya Pradesh you take, Uttar Pradesh you take it, Telangana you take it, Rajasthan you take it. You are just one Indian beta. That single citizenship is the greatness of our constitution. So option is, for this case, answer is C, my dear. Go to 7th question. Which organization regulates securities market in India? I want to tell you in a clear word, the share market. So that is what actually which organization controls it and regulates it. Option A, RBI stands for Reserve Bank of India. SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India. Securities Exchange Board of India. NABARD is for bank, of course, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. IRDI, it's Insurance Regulatory Beta. Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. This is what you call here IRDA. So answer for this question is SEBI. B is right answer. Then I'll come back to the first bit where I have stopped here. Now. Just I'll go to the first question here. Which of the following is not a part of basic structure doctrine? Because in our classes we'll discuss this, a very important point. Basic structure doctrine is a very crucial word in legal aptitude part. So we'll discuss in a very wonderful manner. But I'll tell the answer for this one. Option A, judicial review. B, federalism. C, parliamentary sovereignty. D, secularism. But in this case, India follows constitutional supremacy, not parliamentary sovereignty. Therefore, what? This is not the answer, please. For this one, a very wonderful point. Go to the point. You will get very good clarity on this. Now go to question number beta here. The next one here, 8th one. Yes, which river originates from Manas Sarovar Lake? Yes, the India. Of course, why outsiders called this country as India? Reason is this only beta. We had one more thing is called as our wonderful civilization. That's what Indus Valley civilization. So that also, if you go to that one ancient history, you can find in the 6th class textbooks, and of course your teacher might have told you that. History plays a key role in GK part that I'm telling you now. Which river originates from Manas Sarovar Lake? Option is beta Ganga, Brahmaputra, Indus, Yamuna. Option is no doubt C, that is Indus originates near Manas Sarovar in Tibet. Beta, this is called as Tibet is ultimately, I think you might be having about one point is that roof of the world. Roof of the world. That also, because number of questions I'll discuss with you in GK part. And if you want a regular program also, only for GK also, you can join our program. That also individually also there, beta. What is the maximum strength of Lok Sabha? This is a day. Today is, of course, the video which I am, when at the time of recording this, 16th of April, a wonderful day in the history of democracy, or you can say in the history of Indian democracy, my friends. Because the bill introduced in Lok Sabha today, that Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. So the reservation, you can say, for women, 33% in legislatures. Right? By that, the government of India, in fact, the ruling government introduced the three bills along with this one. Even delimitation also, that you can find tomorrow's news is that only. So as on date, we have totally 550 seats. According to the constitution. Of course, two were there previously. These two are what you can say nominated members to Lok Sabha. Now it's removed. That's what Anglo-Indian provisions now removed. Therefore, what? We have to say 550 only. So if it was there, 550 plus 2 was there. Now, no question of it. No Anglo-Indian concept now. Just for Lok Sabha point of view, only elected members, no nominated members. But I think, Rajya Sabha, we have 12 members are there, better. There is no point in this. It's a confirmed point. 12 members will be nominated to Rajya Sabha. Of course, Rajya Sabha, that's called as president will nominate. But now the question is, within days of time, if bill passed within tomorrow evening, I think it is there, that 17th bill is definitely. So point is what, if everything goes well, 813 or 20 some number of seats we are going to expect. So people are telling 850, they cut off something like that in this. So that's we are going to get tomorrow the information. But today, as on this date, the maximum strength of Lok Sabha is 550. Then 10th question, beta, which writ is issued to transfer a case from a lower court to high court of, this is what you can say. From a lower court, that's all. The question is that I have to read it here. It's a big concept now. We have different type of writs, my dear. Habeas corpus, certiorari, prohibition, mandamus. Answer is what? Certiorari. This is option B is regarding this one. Lower court. Transferring cases from lower court. So now 11th question. Yes, this is what you can say. Your subject preparation must be linked to the current affairs, and latest data is mandatory while just preparing for this CLAT examination. Which Indian mission aims at solar energy expansion globally? Because India has taken the initiative along with our best friend France also. France and India, this is of course that if you go through that particular point of solar energy, you will get much information. Of course, we'll discuss in our classroom. So, beta, which Indian mission aims at solar energy? Option A, ISA stands for International Solar Alliance. International Solar Alliance. And IEA stands for beta International Energy Agency. And WTO, I think you know that is World Trade Organization. OPEC is what? Oil producing and exporting countries. So answer is here ISA. Because we're talking about solar energy, option is 1 beta. Then come to the point of 12th question here. Which Indian state recently became the first to implement Uniform Civil Code? And yesterday's news also you might be observing that April 14, 15 and today's news, if you observe these 3 days, you will find this answer very fantastic thing that one more state is going to implement the same thing that is Chhattisgarh. Right? Other things in Gujarat also there, I think you know. But first point is what? Which state implemented already? It is there. UCC called as Uniform Civil Code, which comes under Article 44. This is of course, you know, beta DPSP. Now, it's a burning topic. Now, after this Adhiniyam, this is what you call Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. Government of India, there's a chance of, discussions are going on that there is a chance of course, introducing this bill also UCC. So, if that is the case, that's it. Especially this is meant for what I'll ask in the current affairs part. After this video, you can find my current affairs video also. In that, I have explained all the things there. But answer for this question is, the first state to implement UCC is Uttarakhand. The option is B, beta, Uttarakhand. Then question number 13th. Which body publishes the Global Gender Gap Report? Gender gap, male, female, that you understood. The gender gap report is by which organization? Option A, UNDP, B, World Bank, WEF and IMF. You know the expansion of the United Nations Development Program. At the same time, World Bank is IBRD and the World Economic Forum and IMF stands for what? International Monetary Fund. So, better answer for this question is WEF, implies World Economic Forum, publishes this report of what you call global gender gap. Now, which article provides for president's rule? Yes, my dear, you know, president's rule is nothing but what we have emergency application. It comes under part of what? Emergency topic. In this case, President of India will impose the emergency, of course, according to the situation. Different articles are there. 352 speaks on national emergency, beta. Article 352, what is that is? National emergency. Thereafter, 356 is what you can say state emergency, nothing but what? President's rule in a state. President's rule in a state, and Article 360 is nothing but financial emergency. These are the point. But I'm talking about president's rule indicates what? This is, we have to say 352 is not of that, you can say national emergency better. So strictly mentioned here, president's rule is nothing but state emergency. Therefore, option is 350. B is right answer, my dear. Now, which country is not a part of Quad? So you have to observe the international organizations also while preparing this exam. Yeah, that option is India, USA, China, Japan. Yes, beta. Quad nations, we have 4 nations. Even I mentioned in the explanation part. Quad consists of India, USA, Japan and Australia. So this is what you have. There are 3 out of these 4. China is not there. So option for this question is China is not a member for Quad. Basically, this Quad is designed for countering to China only. Yes, we have this type of discussion in the regular classroom. And you have just go through it. Now, beta, in every paper maximum, I'll try to take some legal points in this case for this GK. Right? Some what is that legal awareness. Which of the following is a civil wrong? Beta, we have 2 types of wrong. One is crime, other is civil wrong. Criminal points and civil, this is point. In this case, example, in the criminal cases, what is the basic difference between crime and what you can say civil wrong? See, in the crime point of view, or you can say in the case of criminal cases, state will intervene. That means police will arrest and police will take them to the court. At the same time, they'll prove the the fellow, he did some blunder or some murder or something like that. The state's the duty of the state. Whereas in the case of civil cases, the concerned person, those who are suffering from certain thing, he has to prove the case. So this type of things will be discussed in legal aptitude part. A beautiful thing, no doubt. I told you now, we have online class also there, bit of a CLAT and offline class also there. Just join us. Mantra provides you everything. The institution is of course CLAT Mantra. Remember. Now, supported by Mantra IAS Academy, you know that one. Which of the following is a civil wrong? Theft, murder, kidnap, this is purely crime beta. So option is defamation, civil. Civil defamation leads to, but a lot of difference in the crime. Punishment is there, 3 years imprisonment, 5 years and life imprisonment like that we have. In the case of civil cases, majority what you can say? This is what compensation. We can say the word properly damages. We can have this topic, we have this topic in thoughts. I'll tell you at that time. Which doctrine means to stand by decided cases. Yes, res judicata, ultra vires, habeas corpus. Option B, state decisions. This is option in this case is what courts follow precedents under this doctrine. Previously, what the decision was taken by that's a case beta. So option is B. Go to question number 18. Who can remove the Chief Justice of India? Beta, we have, of course, the impeachment program is there. And to remove the President of India, we use the proper word called impeachment. And now removal of Supreme Court judges, removal of what you can say Supreme Court Chief Justice, and of course, election commissioner will use the word removal. But the tendency is, of course, conventionally we're taking impeachment. This is Chief Justice will be removed by very big process. It is not an ordinary thing, please. Right? So, who will? No, directly that's President alone, impossible. Option is B, Parliament. That is what you can say removal program, of course, via impeachment by Parliament. But first, in one house, where the charges are raised by the President or the concerned house, that will be examined by the other house. If it is first in Lok Sabha, the other house will examine. That I can tell you. 14 days notice period will be given to the CGI, everything. And it's a big topic, and I'll tell you at that time. Now, point for this is option B beta. Then go to question number 19. Which of the following is not a fundamental right? Baba, you know, we have fundamental rights, right? In this case, right to equality, right to property, right to freedom, and right to religion. Baba, even in the beginning of the Constitution, no doubt it was there. Up to 44th Amendment, that was also right to property, right to fundamental right. But in this is what by 44th Amendment, it's now removed. So it has become the legal right. That is called as right to property. Right? Fundamental rights. You know, it's a very wonderful topic in our legal constitutional law. We have articles from 12 to 35 speaks on this fundamental rights beta. 36 to 51 DPSP, Direct to Principles of State Policy, and 51A is amendment, that is what you can say by 42nd Amendment, duties, fundamental duties comes in this part. So it's a 42nd Amendment, of course. This is a 44th Amendment is right to property removed. That's a major point here. It has become the only, legal right under Article 300A is amendment, but A stands for generally amendment. Now come to the point here. Which amendment introduced fundamental duties? Just I mentioned now. Now, 42nd Amendment, 44th Amendment, 86th and this there beta. 42nd Amendment is an important one in 1976 at the time of Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister, and it is almost called as mini constitution. By 42nd Amendment, we have added in the even preamble also number of terms added, you know, like if you look at that one, you can find that one very secular word. You can say that all the things that, of course, I don't want to discuss now all those things. Regular points, when it comes, I can tell you that. Anyhow, these are the questions here regarding GK beta. This is what our class, same style, we can explain all the things. And most welcome to Mantra. And we'll provide you wonderful coaching for this with a minimum fees. God bless you. Have a great time. We'll meet with another video. And watch my other videos also, because recently we have uploading these. Previously many videos were there. Now, especially for CLAT, I'm uploading yesterday onwards and current affairs also today. Have a great time. Bye-bye.